You are listening to the Hello Sport Podcast. Could you just move your mic slightly to the left for a second? No, like hold it out. Double chin. Double chin. Double chin.
Hey.
Yeah, double chin.
Listen, can I be honest with you, Tom? And I've got to be honest with the punter and the dribbler, obviously. And I need to be honest with myself.
Double chin.
Because it's important. I have caught, probably in the last 3 months, 4 months, I probably became aware of my potential double chin.
Yeah.
Certain angles, certain lighting, certain settings, certain moods, certain flavors, certain seasons. The double chin will rear its ugly head. Now, luckily for me, Tom, Ella has yet to say anything about it.
But it's probably because of the beard.
Well, I think. Listen, she's sort of, you know Ella well. She's pretty matter of fact at times,
Yep.
and I think that if I had a consistent double chin, a double chin that in certain lighting became a triple.
Well, or just even I guess maybe like a double chin that had moved in, was squatting in your house.
Well, she would have,
rolled out a swag.
She probably would have said, "Listen, that thing needs to start paying rent."
Or bored. Maybe not full rent, obviously, but like bored at least.
Yeah, well, because it is attached to me physically, so I think bored's probably more appropriate. Like a boy charging his son. Oh,
Correct.
a father charging
his son.
Yeah. I'm aware of it, Tom.
Okay.
I'm not unaware of it. Nice of you to point it out after, you got roasted by the P and the D.
Well, mate,
down to your level. That's fine.
Yeah. No,
sure.
a roasting.
Suspicious timing.
Well, yeah, no, it is. It's on the brain. It was one of the great roastings all time. Now,
it was.
Was it deserved? I don't know whether it was deserved. I think that I had a lot of community support, and I appreciated that. But I mean,
can I tell you?
Was I up at 5? Was I up at 5:15 yesterday running off the back of it? Yeah, I was, Edward. Yeah, I was. I was up before the sun.
Can I ask you something?
I'll allow it.
Have you finished off the Ferrero Rochers you left in the office? Like, I'm just seeing where you're at mentally, physically. Like, what sort of commitment are you applying to yourself to try and fuck this double chin off?
Yep. Okay, I appreciate that. So Tobler will know that when he came in yesterday, the Ferrero Rochers were at the exact same level that they were at from when I'd previously entered, so hadn't been touched. And the Curly Whirly Squirlies unopened.
Yep, because they're mine.
Well, as if that means anything to me. They are now sitting in the cupboard, out of my eyesight, and have not been touched. Haven't had one. Haven't had a drink since Saturday. Haven't had any vegan gummies. Shout out to Native Seed, friend of the show. On sale again, not an ad, but an ad. Haven't touched anything, mate. Haven't touched anything. I've exercised every single day, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Haven't today, obviously, because actually I'm very sore, if I can just be honest with everyone. My body is fucked. I had to get out of bed last night to go into the kitchen where there was a foam roller and roll out my glutes.
You had to roll out your glutes.
I had to roll them out, bro. Just to give you an idea of how committed I am.
Why? Because you ran so far?
Well, not just that. I've been doing, obviously, I started to bring back some exercises that were given to us by our good friends at the running room. Again, not an ad, but they are good friends and they were very good. Our physios during the marathon. And so I started doing some glute exercises, some knee strength, all that sort of shit to just get myself. You know what I want to be, Eddie?
What?
I want to be the equivalent. And I want this for you too. I want to be like a superhero of fitness.
Oh, what you want to be people's North Star? Is that what I'm hearing?
Just like you and I, like Marvel characters, but like fit guy. I want to be known as fit guy
or hot guy.
Hot guy isn't a fitness superhero. He's a hotness superhero.
True.
I want to be fit guy, but I don't want to like.
You could argue.
Sorry, carry on. I don't want to. We are playing with Zoom here, so we are going to talk over each other more than usual, which is terrifying.
Listen, Tom. I think that you and myself, obviously, I'll include myself in this, becoming the North Star for the punter and the dribbler from a fitness perspective. Someone to sort of to go, fuck, it is possible. Like that kid went from a double, maybe a triple chin, 100 kilos dry, 110 dripping wet, to, you know, a respectable 88, 87. Is there a glimmer of a six-pack there? Potentially. I mean, I'll leave that up to the viewer. You know, the six-pack's in the eye of the beholder, as it were.
I guess.
And then me, someone who has a regular chin but a double chin on a bad day.
Well, no. You have a. I mean, I'm looking.
I'm a little bit more everyman than you. I think. You know.
Well, no, I'd say I'm more everyman. In fact, I'd say that we're probably both everyman. I'd say to try and rule yourself out of everyman status, or to give me. I mean, I'm looking at your chin. Double chins are everyman. The optical illusion double chin probably more everyman than you, who has just a double chin with a beard, which is actually more damning. I would have thought. Because mine's a shadowing situation. Mine's are like, you know how chicks can do makeup and basically make themselves look like someone else, or they can shade a six-pack onto a body, airbrushing, for example. That's what I'm dealing with, whereas you've got a double chin whilst having the full benefit of a beard. So shame on you, basically.
Shame on me?
Yeah.
Listen, I know I've got work to do. That's fine. I've got work to do. But in that work, Tom, lies messages. Lessons for the punter and the dribbler.
Yep.
My journey to remove myself of my on a bad day double chin, my journey to remove it is going to be a lesson, a teaching of sorts for the punter and the dribbler.
Yep.
And my commitment knows no bounds. Now, obviously,
I think it definitely knows bounds. Your commitment definitely knows bounds.
Well, listen, are you
hungover on a Sunday and you're looking for something to eat? That commitment fucking goes out the door, and you know what comes in the door? Bit of the dirty bird.
Listen, Tom, I don't want to have to bring this up, but I will. I went into my health settings the other day on the iPhone just to see how many fucking steps the big boy's been fucking getting out. In the last month, I'm averaging over 10,000.
What, a day?
Yeah.
And you've still got the double.
Well, double takes more than a month to get rid of, mate. You know that. So I'm talking about in the last 30 days, this kid averaging more than 10,000 steps. I don't want to fucking brag, but I'll bring it up. I think I did 15,000 yesterday, Tom. I did 16,000 on Sunday.
And is this all down to Tonka of Roddy fame?
Yeah, and also maybe just pushing it out, you know. Maybe let's turn 45 minutes into an hour and a bit because I've got to start setting loftier goals, higher standards of myself.
Yeah, look, it's sort of what 2023 is about for you and I, isn't it?
That's right. But I don't think that 10,000 steps is a bad place to start, Tom.
Oh, mate, I tell you what, if you can average 10,000
daily steps,
get into a hot boy walk.
What are you at? Get your numbers up for me.
Are they just there? Like, as in, do I have to
find the health setting, the little heart?
Yep.
Maybe search it if you don't know where it is.
I haven't opened it before. Nah, see, I haven't set up any of this shit.
Just see if it registers.
It literally, I've got to
see if it's been working in the background.
Well, it's saying I've got to put in my full fucking, my date of birth, all this bullshit. So it's probably not.
Okay. Well, that's disappointing.
Yeah, it is. But listen, I'll tell you this for free. Now, yesterday, before the sun rose, I ran 7.4 Ks. Now, if you look at my Strava, it will say 6.4, but that's because I paused it to get a drink and then forgot to press start again, ran a K, started again, so it's 6.4 on the books. But it was 7.4. But
you're only claiming 6.4, is that right?
Well, on the books it's 6.4, but I need people to know that it's 7.4 if you see it. If you see it. It's 7.4, but it says 6.4. So yeah, that's what I did. I ran 6 on Sunday, went and swam 1.5 Ks on Monday, did my lower body strength sessions, shout out to the running room on Tuesday. Eddie, I don't know what my ceiling is, but it might be six-pack city. I don't know, dude. Like I don't know where this train goes. Does it stop off at six-pack city in 2023? Maybe.
Well, listen, Tom, from what I'm hearing, that level of commitment this early in the year into the fact that I'm averaging above 10K per day.
Not 10K, 10,000 steps. Let's just work that. Let's just make sure that we know that. You're not
10K steps per day. 10K per day.
1,000.
I can't help but feel like we are on the line, the six-pack city line. You know how there's an eastern suburbs line and it gets you to a certain place?
Yes.
There's a western suburbs line. There's a southern line. We're on the six-pack line.
Or if you were looking if you're looking at like swimmers and if you're looking at the world record pace, like where our hands are in line with six-pack pace.
Are we on six-pack pace? Are our fingers in front of it?
I think they might be.
Can we get a touch on it on the wall?
Because I'm eating significantly less food. And not in a dangerous way, in a healthy way, but I ran 6.4 in the book, 7.4 in real life yesterday before the sun came up. And then I didn't eat until midday, kept on my fasting biz. Found out the heartbreaking news that Fishbowl, not only has our fucking sushi joint, Nataris, disappeared, Fishbowl now, it was across the road, it's now fucked off around the corner. So I went over there to get my food. And it wasn't
walking
there.
Distance?
Yeah, but fuck that. I know I'm on six-pack pace. But like when I want to eat, I don't want to have to. I would have just Uber Eats it. You know what I mean? But it's like a 5 minute walk.
Can I ask you something, Tom? Are you going a regular instead of a large, and are you still getting extra sashimi?
I am always going to get extra sashimi. That I promise everyone. That won't change. To be honest, when you can go back into something, it's like, do you want to just do your last order? I was just fucking hungry. I just went, yep, get that, whatever the fuck that was. Luck would have it was a small, but I was disappointed it wasn't a large. Such was the hunger I was feeling. Ravenous.
Yeah. Kid was hungry. Kid was ravenous. I saw something the other day, Tom, just while we're on Fishbowl, just to bow this, just because I think you and I need to get on the same page in terms of what we're putting in our bodies. And it was Joe Rogan talking about brown rice and how brown rice may well be one of the great fibs all time.
Oh.
Apparently brown rice, not that good for the human being. Don't quote me on that. That's what he was saying.
You're quoting Joe.
I'm quoting Joe. That's right. I'm not the direct quote here. I haven't come up with this brown rice yarn. But he was basically saying that let's look at white rice, for example. White rice has got runs on the board. It fed a fucking continent for millennia. And I don't think that should just be nabrad in favour of brown rice. Maybe it's a bit modern. Maybe it makes you feel a bit healthier. Supposedly not. So I'm just thinking we can't leave any stone unturned, I think, in our pursuit of six-packs. If I was in the year 2023, punters and dribblers, again, being a North Star to the punter and the dribbler, go from quasi-double chin.
No, double chin. But
to six-pack, of which I've never had, by the way, Tom.
Neither
I've
have
never
I.
been packed up.
I've never
been packed up.
But I've never even had like the inference of a six-pack. I've never even had like if he leant back and like flattened out his stomach in the right light, you could see like one of them. I've never even been close.
Can I tell you something, Tom? Like just mate to mate. Let's just pretend like there's no one else around.
Yeah. Block your ears, Tubbler.
Block your ears, Tubbler. I've got to be honest with you. I want to know what it feels like to make love to my wife with a six-pack.
Dude, can I back that up with a bit more? I want to know what it's like to walk into a room shirtless with my wife there and have her genuinely see me and be attracted. I want to be able to walk in there and know that when she's looking at me, she's not looking at the curves. She's looking at the chisel and go, "Oh, that's the dream," as opposed to what the reality is.
Yeah. I'll also be honest, Tom. I want to wake up in the morning, right? and have her laying on my chest, rubbing my six pack.
Yes, dude.
You know,
stroking it.
You know, stroking my six pack.
Can
you know
I?
what I mean?
Can I give you another one away from the sexual side of things? I want for when I'm playing with my children in the backyard or on the bed, and they go to like walk on me, that they're walking on hard bitumen as opposed to a jumping castle. You know, I want them to be sure of foot. I want them to know that when they step on dad, that they can trust the structural integrity of his pack.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I want.
Yeah, I get that, mate. I want on a nice autumn day to, you know, or maybe late summer, on a late summer's day or early summer or summer generally. Let's just say a hot day. I want to be able to take off my shirt if I'm on a run and not feel funny about it. You know?
I was going past cunts running the other day and they were shirtless. I was like, fuck, one day. A kid can dream.
One day.
Kid can
A
dream.
kid can dream.
I want to be able
Why can't a kid dream?
I want to be able to walk down to the beach with my kids, jump in, have a dip in the water, and then walk back to my house with my shirt off and not worry about being a flabby, breasted man trying to just get back to his house. I want to walk back and see people go, oh, that's a jacked dad.
Yeah, that's a hot, jacked, gorgeous dad.
Yeah.
With not any more than one chin, just a singular chin.
Dude, that's a single
that's
chin.
a singular.
Jack father.
That's a singular chin.
You know what I want to do, Eddie? I'd like to donate one of my chins to a friend in need who doesn't have one. Jack Archdale.
Yeah, Jack Archdale.
With our chins
and I'll
combined, we could
I'll donate him a spare.
Yeah, well, I think if we combine two chins, Eddie, we give that boy who's lived a life chinless, we're able to change a life.
Yeah, yeah. Like Fred Hollow's giving back sight.
Exactly. Just like Fred. Not to denigrate his fine work, but...
No, Tom, I'm not sitting here on a Thursday denigrating the fine work of Fred Hollow. It's one of the GOATs all time. All I'm saying is, if I was to donate a chin to a guy who has been chinless for 32, coming on 33 years...
No, he'd be 33 coming on 34.
Fucking hell. Well, there you go. That's even more shocking. It would make me feel, just for a moment, even if it was fleeting, a little bit like Fred Hollows.
Yeah. If we could be Fred Hollows for a day and jacked for a day, six-pack for a day, jack for a day, Fred Hollows for a day.
Yep.
Can two upstanding young gentlemen with a bit of fucking flab round the tum, can we dream?
I don't see any reason for us not to be able to dream.
Eddie,
Tom.
you know what I want to do? Just for a day even. I want to lay out in the hot Australian sun, shirt off, absolutely flaming hot six-pack. I want to get that thing fucking boiling. And then I want to crack an egg on it.
Tom?
I want to fry an egg on my tum.
Yeah. I want to fry an egg on your tum too, buddy.
I tell you what I'd like, Eddie. I'd like to stand across from you fucking half a metre, both with our shirts off. And you know what we're doing? We're just fucking hitting each other in the stomach and we're just going, oh, and just copping it. Just fucking copping it.
Or I'm in crunch position and you've just got a medicine ball, 20 kilos, just
it on you,
pounding me,
just conditioning each other.
Yeah, and then I get up and I walk over and I have a quick cold shower and I go, Toby, get over here with a towel, and he brings a towel over and I dry myself down. I go, get that fucking cheese over here, baby, and then I grate.
Go, dude, grate some cheese.
I grate that cheese. I go, get that mozzarella. We're grating over here.
Well, maybe let's get a Parmesan cheese, grate it onto a pasta, which we're not eating because we're on one. We're on a health kit.
No, we're on one.
But we'll grate your cheese.
I'll grate the cheese and just fucking put it on there and that'll be it. Point is, I'll be grating. I've never grated before, Tom, and I'd like to grate. I dream to grate. My dream is to grate.
Yeah.
I dare to grate.
Now, I ran this by, is my mic gone? Can't hear myself. I don't know, it could just be the connection. I did ask friend of the show, official trainer of the show, Josh Ellis Flint of Jeff Athletic fame. Check him out on the gram. He's changing lives. I was like, what about, can we get to Six Pack City? He was a little less convinced. He said he can help us. He could make it happen. But I think that you and I need to get our head around what a six-pack requires.
I heard something once, Tom, and don't hold it to me, but I believe the ratio of effort required on the diet to physical exertion front is 80-20 in favour of diet. So it's all diet, six-pack city. That's what I've been led to believe. I could be incorrect. I don't think I am.
The problem
80-20 is what we're looking at, Tom. And the problem for you and for I is we're animals physically. Like, we've got what it takes if required. I'll need to remind the punter and the dribbler, or for those that are just fucking tuning in for the first time, Tom and I ran marathons last year.
Yeah,
okay?
basically off the couch.
In pretty handy times, just off the couch. Like, when I put my mind to something, there's animal in me. You know what I mean? I've done a 6:35 erg. Like, I go all right. That's concept 2. I go okay. Point is, I fall away on the diet front. Like, it's well documented that I've got a soft spot for curly whirly squirlies, for shapes both pizza and barbecue. Chicken crimpy, sure, if they're doing the rounds.
If it's the only thing that's on offer.
That's right. I do like a zinger box at KFC. No, not the new one. The old school one with 3 wicked wings, not those 2 fucking weird things they tried to shove into my fucking box the other day. I wasn't having any of it. Go into the app, punters and dribblers. You can change and customise as required. I get a large one. And then I get my P&G, baby. And then I'm sitting back and I've got my Pepsi Max, 0 sugar. And I get into my work. That's my happy place, Tom. That's my happy place. Now, it's going to be fucking tough for me to say goodbye to that life.
Yeah,
but I'm committed to it.
No, you're not. Are you? I don't know that you are, but I also don't.
I am.
You know one thing I'm not going to do, Eddie? I'm not going to count out champions. That's what you don't do. Count out champions at your fucking peril.
Don't count out a champion. Don't do that.
But animals like to eat. That's the problem. We are animals, you know what I mean? But animals like to eat. So I just am, even just like not drinking. I haven't had any alcohol since, I think Saturday was my last drinky poo, and it wasn't a big one. It was at home, little techie, nothing big, nothing crazy. But I'm telling you, when I got home yesterday after a busy day, I wanted nothing more than a drink. I was saying to Steph, because she's doing, like, we're not doing drinking Sunday to Thursday or Friday. And we were both just like, holy fuck, I'd eat ass for a nip of tequila right now, for a little bit of bloke, for a big day rosé. I would eat ass. But obviously, I have still got the animal in me that said no. So I don't know. Are we six-pack city? Is that what 2023 is, dude? Am I going to need to buy a new wardrobe? Because if I get a six-pack, I'm telling you, all my clothes need to be burnt or donated. Burning would be more ceremonial.
I think donated. And I think if we do get to six-pack city, Tom, which I fully expect we will, I think that you need to just donate all your clothes, because you don't want to leave them in the house, because that implies, I might come back here one day.
True.
I might come back to 1 ton.
A 1 ton Rodeo.
1 ton Rodeo. Great song. Makes me want to drive a Rodeo.
It does. Also makes me want to make jingles.
Dude. Well, Tom and I, literally one of our fucking boyhood dreams, individually, we didn't know it until recently, was to write and star in our own jingle.
Yeah. We'll just leave that there. Just know
I'll leave that there.
Yeah.
I'll just leave that there. A boyhood dream. Just leave that there. Listen, Tom, I'm not writing us off. I think we've got too much champion in us. Mm-hmm. We've got too much go about us. And I think we're too disciplined. We're too headstrong.
We also like to travel, dude. You know what I mean? And I've never traveled to Six-Pack City. I've been to many places. I've been everywhere, man. You know?
Yeah.
But I've never been to Six-Pack City.
I've been to cities that never close down. From New York to Rome and Old London town. You know what I mean?
do know what you mean. That got me. That got me, punters and dribblers. I got. I got. Oh, so anyway, yeah, we're getting jacked. We're getting jacked.
We're getting jacked, baby.
I'm also, I know this sounds like, maybe inappropriate, but if there's a little bit of fucking, hey, you going? Do I need to have a little bit of this? Is this going to help strip me? Nothing crazy. Like, I still want to be able. I want my sperm to still be good. But if there's, if there's a little bit of
this, Tom? Listen, I think given that you and I are out of the testing pool at the moment, maybe it's a good time.
Yeah. No, you're right. This is the perfect time, actually, now that we're out of the testing pool, just to see what our options are. Just have a look, if there's anyone out there who wants to contact us discreetly in the DMs. Listen.
Yeah. Listen, I'm fucking, again, no stone unturned. And I meant that.
Yeah. No, we literally meant that. In fact, if there's like an easier stone, if there's a stone that's a little lighter than the other ones, then fuck, I'm all ears.
Fucking oath. Pebble instead of a boulder, sure.
That'd be fucking preferable, to be honest. But yeah, I also don't want my testicles to become pebbles. So, I mean, if we can find out.
You've already got a couple out. Oh, a bit more concerning for me.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, maybe we just got to fire off a couple of rounds, get them in the freezer, and fucking get to work.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe that's the go. Just freeze a couple of loads.
Yeah.
But the problem with that, though, Tom, is that those loads would be coming from the sack of a man with a double chin,
True.
As opposed to coming out of the sack of a man who's
cheese
ripped beyond belief.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. I want veins in my biceps, dude. I want biceps, and then I want veins in them.
Sure.
You can't put the cart before the horse. Bicep first, vein second.
Well, that's right. You got to crawl before you can walk, so to speak, Tom. Always said it.
Yeah.
Always said it.
So there's that.
Punters and dribblers. Look out. That's all I'll say. Look out, world.
Look out, world, and reach out, juice heads.
Punters and dribblers, it is Thursday. It's Thursday, the 12th of January. On Thursday, the 12th of January, specifically at 6 p.m., Big Day Rosé on sale, hellosport.shop. As Tom mentioned earlier in the week, this is the last rosé we'll be doing for the time being.
Yes.
It will be coming back, 100%. It's just, it's a grape thing. It's a grape thing.
Yeah.
So for the foreseeable future, this is the last drop we'll be doing. It is fucking exquisite. There isn't too much of it left.
No.
So make smart decisions. You really need to make smart decisions.
It's about, it's about smart decisions. It's about the intelligence of your choices and the intelligence and the IQ required to make those decisions. And this is a smarts decision, smarts-based decision.
Yes. If you consider yourself a bit of an operator, like if you like people to think of you of a guy or girl who knows what they're doing, who can be relied on in a crisis or can be turned to for advice, then the way that you signal that to people is by buying Big Day Rosé, not missing out. Because otherwise then you look like a bit of a fool, a bit of a jester.
Yes, a jester. Someone not to be taken seriously. Someone who's just wheeled in to make us giggle and then fucking fucked off back to the barn.
Yeah. And then thrown on the spikes if a giggle couldn't be roused.
Well, if you
from the court.
Yeah, if you haven't roused a giggle, to the spikes you go. That's the sort of person who doesn't get after the Big Day Rosé.
That's right, Tom.
So that is
said it better myself.
6 p.m. tonight. Well, you did actually say it. Yep. I literally parroted what you said. You said you couldn't have said it better yourself because you.
That's why I said I couldn't have said it better than myself.
No, because you'd already said it.
Literally
just said it. No, congratulations to you. 6 p.m. tonight, hellosport.shop. Summer's still going. you're still living. You're still drinking.
Tom, can I give some context to the punter and the dribbler? I don't think we're halfway through summer yet.
No,
Put it
we're not.
that way.
No, we're not.
Put it that way. Not even halfway through this bitch. So, and no, it's not a bitch. It's like a good bitch, you know.
No, but listen, bitches are dogs, so it's all right. And dogs are female dogs, you know.
Yeah, and dogs are great.
I love dogs.
I want to hear a bad word said about dogs. Hellosport.shop.
Hellosport.shop. I was getting a coffee this morning, as I tend to do of a morning.
As many Australians do, Tom.
And as I was there waiting to order, this chick sort of like weaved her way through the line and then has just sort of like walked up and into this. It's a very small hole-in-the-wall cafe. Shout out to Burricina in Bondi. And so you can see like everything that's going on inside this little sort of cube hole in the wall. Like there's a little section where they're cooking food and then baristas and all that shit.
Sure.
Great spot. She's gone in there and she was starting first day of her job. So she's like literally just walked in and gone, hey, I'm here. And they're like, oh, cool. And everything's just happening. So they don't even have time to like fucking onboard or anything. It's like, all right, sweet. Here, take this out there. Did it just straight into it. Yeah. And I was just watching it and I started feeling so fucking anxious remembering starting new jobs and how fucking stressful it was, at least for me. And she just had to get in there and get to fucking work straight away. And she's like, oh, okay. And like holding coffees and walking around. And I was just like, dude, thank fuck I'm not starting a new job right now. Shout out to all of you that are. I remember starting a new job when I was an internship at Today FM. And I wasn't in like the radio side. It was in the salesy side. And I rocked in a full suit. Full suit. And I got in there and people like in jeans and shirts. And I felt like one of the great fuckwits of all. You know when you see NBA players on draft day? And they're all like done up to the nines?
No, but NBA back in 2003 when they used to wear those
the baggy suits. Yeah, that's exactly
it.
Like when you see like fucking LeBron, I'm pretty sure. It's like the baggiest suits of all time. That's what I felt like going to Today FM. And I just sat at a desk by myself all day, and then I'd go and eat lunch by myself.
Did you take your tie off?
Nope. Because I felt like once I got in there, I was like, I won't make this mistake again. Tomorrow jeans are coming out. But now that I'm here in a full grey suit, mind you, I don't know where I got a grey suit.
Year 10 formal.
Grey pinstripe. No, dude, I think I actually got it now. I think about it in Thailand.
I wore a grey pinstripe suit to my year 10 formal. That's what triggered the mind, Tom.
Yeah. But just starting new jobs, dude. The anxiety. They're not knowing anyone, not knowing what to do. No one's really talking to you. Even though you know what to do, you don't know what to do.
I always, when starting a new job or going into a new scenario or something like that, whether it's going to be like a long term, you got to grind through that first couple of weeks to a month because you know that there's comfort eventually.
Yeah. There's
comfort either in the form of, well, I'm comfortable now at my job, or there's comfort in the fact that I'm fucking out of here. You know what I mean? There is comfort.
Yeah.
There is comfort at the end of the tunnel, so to speak. You just got to grind through it. So for those of you out there, day one.
You're day oneers.
You're day oneers out there, and there's probably going to be a fair few of us fair few of you next Monday, probably. Yeah. Day oneers, first day on the tool, day oneers. Just think of the fact. Be confident. Take solace in the fact that there is comfort over the hill.
Yes.
You just got to fucking truck that nut up the hill.
Most of the time.
Most of the time. Otherwise, obviously there's going to be situations where maybe you're not up to it and you get the sack. You know, think about maybe a young Edward Simpson, maybe year 9, gets his dream job at Dick Smith. Maybe he realises that he should have read the product brochure before he went to work because he actually doesn't know anything about anything that they sell. Maybe he doesn't get any more shifts after that. Maybe he doesn't get paid. Maybe his mum needs to call up head office so that he can get his day's pay. That's all ahead of you.
Yeah, that's all. You know? That's all. You know, it's the excitement and the tapestry of life.
That's the tapestry of life. I tell you what, there's lessons there though, you know. So,
or me, or a young Tom, rocking up to unskilled
Head down
labouring jobs day after day after day. I had to start a new job essentially fucking 6 times a month. I was starting new jobs. Tell you what, that's fun, walking in there with brand spanking new boots, not knowing at all what to do, overdressed on a residential site, underdressed on a commercial site, not knowing where I am, not knowing which way is up, knowing which way is down, knowing full well that I'm not man enough to breathe the air of these tough, hard bastards on the job site. I don't know what the fuck the name of anything is. Or you can pick up that core flute. Excuse me, sir, are you speaking English? Is this guy speak English?
Well, go get me a bunion strap.
Yeah, I beg your pardon, sir. Is that Brazilian? I don't quite understand what you're saying.
English.
Yeah, English. Yeah, I'm Anglo-Saxon, you fucking... Oh, I'm sorry, sir, and you are the boss.
I'm sorry.
Listen, shout out to the...
or maybe you go into a new job and it's not quite what you thought it was, like you hadn't really digested what the term call center means. And maybe when you get there, you're a little bit shocked that you're making 600 cold calls a day. And maybe that starts to play on your mind psychologically. Maybe you start to develop PTSD potentially. Maybe you develop a subconscious trigger to the word hello and you embarrass yourself at your other job when someone asks you, hello, are you serving me? And you launch into a spiel about children's oncology. Maybe that's ahead of you next Monday. And if it is, just know that there's light at the end of the tunnel.
Maybe you in a desperate ploy to get any form of employment do find yourself flicking through the newspaper at the fucking job section and you see sales. You see sales job, come to this place in fucking Surrey Hills. So you do, and you throw on dad's suit again, 18, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, and you get down to this weird place that's fucking too many floors upstairs because they don't have lifts in this place. And you get up there and a guy in a suit with a ponytail that might be stuck on, and he welcomes you into a sales meeting that's in the size of a fucking shoebox with a bunch of soulless, defeated individuals. And you aren't entirely sure what you're doing, but then you're handed a fold-up table and some fold-up chairs and you're told to hop on a train to Chester Hills because you know what you're doing, bucko? You're selling raffle tickets outside a news agency in 40-degree heat. Maybe that's happening for you next Monday. And if it is...
Maybe you're on your way to Chester Hills, and if you are, seize the day. Carpe diem, I reckon. YOLO.
Go for it. Or if you're like me, you sit through a couple of rejections as you try and sell raffle tickets for Surf Lifesaving Australia. Yep. And what you do...
And then pack it up.
You sit next to your contemporary and you go, it's been great to work with you, sir. And you nip back over to the train station and you fuck off home.
Yeah. But you just be polite to everyone. You don't want to burn bridges.
No.
You go, thank you very much for your time, sir. I've got somewhere else to be.
That's on a train. Getting the fuck out of here. Yeah, I'm sorry. I hope you're able to carry the chairs and tables back yourself because I'm done here.
That's right. Tobler, on this topic, given that you started a new job almost a year ago, not quite.
Almost.
How long were you nervous for?
Shit.
When did you become comfortable?
Well, I was nervous probably for the 3 months leading up to it. And then comfortable probably another 3 months in.
3 months in.
I think 3 months is good time frame to realise if you like it or not.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I think 3 months is long. In terms of not liking it.
There's different ways of asking it. 3 months to you're like 100% comfortable, or 3 months until you weren't nervous every day of your life.
Oh, probably a week until I wasn't nervous.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I wore the Manly jersey on the first day, just to alleviate any nerves I could.
You're putting up a flag. You obviously you knew what worked, and it was like, listen, I'm here. I'm on your side. just let's try and get as many touch points with these two individuals that are going to favourably look upon me, Manly flag,
That's right.
Manly jersey. I mean, he probably didn't know, if he came in with some bloke in a bar, that would have been nice.
That was under the Manly jersey.
Well, we didn't see it.
We actually need to get that jersey he made framed and put it in Tobler's corner because it needs a bit of colour over there.
Yeah, we need something to be good.
We should also put those Cubbies prints up there, actually. I was looking around the office where we could put them.
Yeah,
Let me
that's
show
a
them.
good
Hold on,
idea.
I'm going to get
We
them
just
for you.
we just need a bit more colour. Yeah, get them up. Get the Cubbies prints.
They're hectic.
Shout out to Cubbies prints.
Clubbies
Tom and
prints,
I
I believe it is,
were
on Instagram.
Clubbies
prints.
Clubbies. You're right, Clubbies. Tom's just gone to get them. We got Manly and Freshwater for obvious reasons.
Did I say
I don't-
Cubbies?
Yeah,
I meant
and then I said
Clubbies.
Cubbies, but it's Clubbies.
Not to be confused with Cubby's Kitchen, Anthony Watmo's phenomenal restaurant. I believe there's one in Bondi and in the city. So, shout out to the Listo boys who got these for us. Basically what they are is like prints of your surf lifesaving. The surf lifesaving
Yes, of all the clubs.
Manly, for obvious reasons. Beautiful and blue. And then
Love it.
Freshie.
Love it.
Fucking
Love
oath.
it. That Freshwater one's sick.
Yeah, it's dope. It's dope. So we might put them in
Shout out
Tobler's
to
corner as
Freshwater.
well. Shout out to Freshwater. Shout out to the Seagulls.
So again, if you've got your new boots on, if
Yeah.
you're off to your first day of work and you're feeling the weight of the world, put the potty on at lunch, chill the fuck out.
Yeah.
If you hate it after fucking 3 weeks, fuck off. And if not, you'll get comfortable soon.
I think that's pretty straightforward.
I don't think I can say anything else on the topic, Tom.
No, I don't think so.
I think it's been covered in earnest, mate.
Yeah, it has. Top to bottom. But shout out to all you new job starters. What a cunt of a time it is.
Tom, as a former 4-eye, and you could argue still have a bit of 4-eye in me.
Well, you've got 4-eye in you because you do have some ocular issues.
Yes, that's right. But as a former 4-eye of note, I was very pleased to see the inclusion of a young 4-eye that can fucking spin the ball. The next Nathan Lyon in waiting, they call him Todd Murphy.
Toddley
Gonna
Murphy.
be on the Toddley Murphy going to be on the plane to India, Tom. And I just thought that often 4-eyes are overlooked for various reasons. They're sort of,
usually the number of eyes they have.
that's right, maligned by society.
Messiah.
By society. And it made me feel good, waking up this morning, reading a 4-eye on the plane to India, his first trip away. Maybe you'll get a baggy green. Maybe you'll get it off his hero, Nathan Lyon.
A young
It just made me
4-eye.
a young 4-eye out to see the world, Tom.
Yeah. See it through thick goggles.
That's right. And listen,
a goggled
obviously the
4-eye,
way he's
fucking seeing the world. It warms the heart, Eddie. It warms the heart. Young, 22, changing
Yep.
stars.
That's right. And sure, maybe he sees the world a little differently to most people, but he still sees it, Tom.
Well, we've got a 4-eyed freak over here.
I don't
We
know
do.
how maligned we are.
Well, listen,
Maybe it's behind my back.
Listen, I think the thickness of the goggle decides the level of shit you cop, unfortunately, as a 4-eye. It's not right. It's not fair. I'm not, especially, look, we're here as champions of Fred Hollows. So we're pro eye equality.
Yeah.
But
Eye equality is what gets Tom and I out of bed in the morning, really.
if we can be
I mean,
honest,
eye quality, it drives us. And I think as a people, it can define us. Oh, fucking bush turkeys.
Oh, really?
It just shit all over the fucking veranda.
Kill it. Eat it.
Oh, he just trod in it, Tonka.
Yeah, well,
look, I'm going to have to bring it up.
What happened?
I'm gonna have to bring this up now because it's on topic. A bush turkey just flew onto the veranda and did a shit, and then Tonka ran out and scared it off, and then went to lick it. We're on a walk yesterday, right? And Ella's like, "What's he got?" I look down, and he's fucking got a huge. I'm gonna say it right now. Looked like a human shit in his mouth. Half in, half out. I'm like, fucking leave it. Screaming and shit. He thought he was going to get bashed. Eats half the shit, drops the other half, and he fucking stunk for the rest of the day. There was an amount of water I could get him that wouldn't cleanse his breath. I'm confident it was human shit.
Where, like, how close to the footpath, to the walkway are we talking? Was this Deuce? Like, was he in
was
there?
off. It was off track. It was off track. But it was like down where these sort of cliffs are, and it's like a nice view of the water and shit. Little sort of paths on the way down there. It was off track, but not by much. And I just get the feeling that someone's been down there, maybe with his mate. They've had a couple of beers, and he just needs to do a shit, and he's just gone in the bush. That's my feeling.
And now it's inside Tonka.
It looked human, and it smelt human.
See, I don't. That's interesting to me that the poos can smell. You can smell the species on the poo.
Well, look, not always, but I'm on this occasion pretty confident. Like, a bush turkey poo, Tom's going to smell a lot different, look a lot different than a human poo.
Is that just down to the arsehole? Does the arsehole maketh the poo a little bit? Like, does obviously the body, the gastrointestinal tract, obviously going to play a role in the appearance of said poo, but the tightness of the actual exit point. That's going to dictate 100%. State of poo, right?
Well, listen, like, I can't see a bush turkey ever producing something you'd need to climb off of.
No. That would be shocking in the extreme. But you're certainly going to be able to tell the difference between a bush turkey poo and a human poo. I think,
yes,
running the eye over it.
Yeah,
but exactly. A human poo and a dog poo, I think, especially one of Tonka's ilk, you could mistake a Tonka shit for a Tommy, for example.
Yeah, you could. You definitely could. I think what sort of gives me confidence, Tom, that I'm on the money is that Ella and I both remarked individually but simultaneously that we thought it was a human poo. It gave off a human energy. That's all I can really say to that.
A human energy. See, now energy I understand. Smell I don't, but I do know energy. Yeah. And I now understand what that poo was doing. What I do want to know, though, is how do you now rectify this world you're living in where the dog that you love, a son, essentially, has ingested human shit, and it's now has to be in and around the mouth of the dog, who Tonka, not backwards and coming forwards from a licking perspective. Are you a little bit like, cuz unless you drink this bowl of Listerine and let me give you one of the great mouth wipes of all time, we can't be canoodling.
Listen, this happened at about 6:15 last night, Tom. There hasn't been a single lick from son to father at this point.
Right.
I've been keeping him at a fucking arm's length. I've been getting him to place on his bed because he has a tendency, as you well know, to do the rounds looking for licks, looking for pats. He's fucked up. Yeah. He's fucked up bad. He knew it at the time. He knew when we got back I was fucking furious at this cunt because he had a human shit, a big one, by the way, hanging out his mouth. He's ingested half of it, and he stunk. He stunk. I thought it was on my shoes. Then I thought it was on Ella's shoes. Then I thought it was on his paws. It wasn't. It was just coming out of his mouth. He had a full bowl of water, which we changed halfway through because there was shit in it.
Oh, my God.
He's then finished the full bowl. He's had a couple of feeds since. I don't know, Tom.
I'd be trying to load him up with chow, like wash this shit down. You know what I mean? You're probably not going to get it back out. So I'd just be going, we got to wash this away with food.
Listen, I'm happy to defer time to dental experts, mouth experts, even vets on this topic, and just say when can he get back to licking?
How long? I've got another question, and this I assume is one that's been on the tip of everyone's tongue. As you describe the poo and that it's hanging from Tonka's mouth, I'm immediately drawn to the question of the structural integrity and the consistency of a poo that is so solid that it is able to hang, whereas I would have thought as one picks it up, it sort of breaks away.
Elza, that shit yesterday, what do you think was keeping it together? Because it was half in his mouth and half out of it. Was there potentially toilet paper?
Oh, well, then it was human
it was
shit.
definitely human L. Well, she's saying obviously.
Oh,
So
well, if
I
there's
just-
paper in
but
there,
I didn't see the toilet paper.
Okay. If there's
That's why.
if there's paper in it, we can now confirm. Like
So
you,
Ella,
that's
so
stacks
Ella
up in
just said
court.
she knew by the smell of it. That was the dead giveaway by me. It had a human energy and the smell was very human. But I didn't see the toilet paper. Now having that confirmed, we can confirm live. Well, not live,
but live.
live for Tom and live for Tobler that it was in fact human. So you are a fucking dirty little cunt. You know that? Ella said he's pretty happy with himself.
Oh, well,
which is
fucking
disturbing.
hell, that is disturbing. But yeah, he doesn't strike me as a man to self-reflect all that much.
Yeah, he's not terribly self-reflective. No.
No.
It's probably one of his great faults, but anyway.
Yeah, well, you know, it is what it is.
Back to Toddley Murphy.
Back to Toddley Murphy in cricket, thanks to KO. The Big Bash, I just wanted to mention, is heating up with all the boys back. Can you just check, Tobler, while we're here, when all the Aussie players get back and start playing Big Bash? Has it started already? Like, are they already playing?
Labra played last night.
Oh,
And
did he?
Usman played last night as well.
Fuck
Usman.
yeah, dude. That's sick. I didn't watch last night, obviously, because, well, I don't have a good excuse. I was tired, running before the sun. Toddley Murphy, I like to see that because Ashton Agar didn't really do a whole lot. I will, if I can be honest with you though, Eddie, I haven't seen Toddley Murphy bowl a single ball. Oh, goggles. I haven't seen him bowl a ball. So, I mean, Ashton didn't exactly set my pubes on fire in the Sydney Test, so I am just like prepared to go with something new.
I am quoting from Fox Sports here, Tom, but they're taking 4 spinners. Swepson gets the nod as well.
Mm-hmm.
They were saying that, and I'd heard Kerry talking about fucking Toddley all summer. Toddley gets him hard. And
it's hard, and I don't know if Kerry gets hard that often these days. As an older gentleman, it just sort of is what it is.
Tom, it is what it is. I mean, there's help out there.
Pilot.
If you need it. They were remarking in this article, Tom, that whilst Ashton Agar is a bit of a stalwart of the white ball arena, young Murphy has got all the traits required to be a great test spinner.
Okay.
I don't know what the fuck that means from a X's and O's perspective, other than to regurgitate it right here, right now, and essentially light a bit of a fire under you and let you know that this kid can spin in the test arena, which is where you and I like to fucking...
That's what we get into our work. That's really getting into our work. Now, it's an official Hello Sport. Congratulations to Toddley Murphy. They don't come around very often.
It is.
You can take that one to the bank, Todd. The other thing I wanted to talk about was that I read from a cricket perspective the other day was, I don't know if this was in the Test 2.0, the new Test doco that's coming out. I don't know. I read it somewhere though, that when Pat Cummins was announced as the Test skipper, shout out to Pat's old man, who we met the other day. When Pat was announced as the Test skipper, he got added into a WhatsApp group with Justin Langer and ScoMo called Legends.
Fuck off. ScoMo, JL, and the skipper the Nash.
Like, I don't know what the fuck would that group would be for, but I don't know how. Like, that's as... And apparently he was already in a group with Hazelwood and Stark called Legends, which is not the coolest name for a group, generally speaking, but they are legends.
Dude,
but he was in two groups of legends, and apparently he was like accidentally fucking posting in the wrong groups and shit.
we need to unpack this a little bit. I would like to know, first and foremost, if if this is sort of like a tradition that the skipper, the coach, and the PM are in a group, I would have, if I'm guessing, and I will be, I'd say that the coach is a recent addition.
Yes.
I can see probably John Howard, if I had to pick a man, Tom, starting this up.
Yep.
But again, this is pre-fucking...
Oh, no.
hang on, this is
Well, listen.
pre-group chats. Wouldn't
Listen,
have been a thing.
No, well, not pre-group chat, but, maybe they're getting on a fucking, a collect call or whatever it is. You could merge calls.
I guarantee you Johnny Howard had a direct line to...
Punter, Steve, Tubby,
fucking AB. Sure.
Well, I don't know that John wasn't PM back then, but I hear you.
You know what I mean.
I do know what you mean. I think the coaching edition was probably a purely JL thing, and then has since been removed now that Andrew McDonald, who I'm not joking, Eddie, have not heard him say a fucking word since he's become coach of the side. Like, he is invisible to me.
It was funny you say that, Tom. I was only thinking about that the other day when I was listening to Grandstand. Obviously, I was driving, so couldn't watch KO, and they were talking about Andrew McDonald, and I just go, fuck me dead. I completely forgot that he existed. Like, if you put a gun to my head and said, who's the coach, I would have said, yeah, Andrew McDonald, but, like, hadn't thought about him all summer long.
Not once.
And, look, can I be honest with you, Tom? I don't hate it.
No, I kind of like it.
I don't hate that. I don't hate that the coach isn't the center of attention. I don't hate it.
No, I don't mind it. I think it's okay. I think that he's there to carry the bag.
It's a bit of a change.
Yeah, it is. JL was good. I like JL. JL was a man for the moment, a wartime leader.
I'm not shitting on JL. He was the man for the moment. Bit of Churchill about him, Tom.
Yeah, Churchillian. It was exactly right.
I'm not shitting on JL. Never would. All I'm saying is, in the year 2023, it's sort of a nice change. It really is. Change is good, punters and dribblers. Don't forget that.
Well, it's as good as a holiday, they say.
Well, as good as a holiday, they say. That's right. I would like to point out something, though, Tom, that I don't know how I feel about it. I saw it in punters and dribblers this morning. I'm going to run it by you. Pat Cummins, of New South Wales boy fame, calls a palmy a palmer.
I fucking hate it, dude. But that's also, he's a cricketer, so they're a bit Magoo generally, and that's not a knock on Pat. Pat's a good friend. We love Pat. But just, you know what I mean? Like,
Or is it a mountains thing?
well, it could be Blue Mountains, and that's not sort of shit on the mountains. Spent a lot of good time in the mountains. Almost broke both my hands at a skate park in the mountains. Love the mountains.
I'm not shitting on the Blue Mountains, Tom. You and I just used to drive back through the mountains twice a week. I love the mountains. Good people up there. Good mountain folk.
But mountain folk they are.
Mountain folk they are. And we all know that mountain folk are a little bit weird.
Yeah,
That's all I'm saying.
There's nothing wrong with mountain folk, but mountain-dwelling humans are a little bit like, oh.
That's right. The air's thinner up there. There's nothing you can do about it.
So they're a bit more loopy, you know what I mean?
They're right. They're a bit more left of centre, as it were.
Yes. And that's not politically, that's just...
No, that's not politically. That's ethereally.
Yeah. Energy-wise.
Energy-wise. They give off left of centre energy. And so I'm not shocked that he called it a Palmer, but I am disappointed. Disappointed.
Yeah. And that's fair.
It's a very Victorian thing to do. And although we love our friends in Victoria,
we don't love you that much.
We don't look. We wouldn't go out to dinner with you.
Victorians have got a lot of mountain about them, even though they're not necessarily. I don't know how mountainous the state is. I know they've got like Mount Hotham and shit, but they definitely present as mountain folk.
Oh, Tom, it can get quite mountainous. I think at the end of the Great Dividing Range, Tom, you'll get some mountains. Mount Hotham comes to mind. Falls Creek, another, Tom.
I just reckon there's probably something called Mount Victoria. I don't know if it's true or not. It just feels right. Could be. But they're mountain folk, Eddie, and that's the only way to look at it. They're mountain folk, folk from the mountain. And, you know, they present as such, and that's why they're calling them fucking Palmers.
That's right. Which, look, The only Palmer I'll go along with, Tom, is Clive Palmer.
And even then, I'm not huge on him.
Well, he's huge. I'm not huge on him.
No.
All I'm saying is if you ask me his name, I'd say Clive Palmer.
Well, no, exactly right. That's all I'm saying there. Now, Eddie, I think we've been going for, almost an hour and 10, or maybe, about an hour and 10. I woke up this morning, Edward, without a voice. I don't know. Usually it's at the end of a podcast, at the end of a big night, but I woke up this morning without a voice. So an hour and 10, I think's fucking play on at this point.
It's 100% play on. Can I be honest, Tom? Given that your voice is directly related to my income.
Yeah. You got to protect it at all costs.
I want you to go easy on it. I want you to rest up.
Yeah.
I want you to keep the fucking decibels to a minimum.
I'm just going to whisper.
Maybe go and have a butter menthol, or do we give them all to our Have we got a butter menthols in there?
Oh, we got all Kelly Slater's butter menthol still here. Reach out, Kelly Slater, actually, funnily enough, if you are listening to this one. It's been a while. We still fully intend on talking to you.
Kelly, we will get you in the fullness of time, but wrangling goats, as we all know, punters and dribblers, not an easy business.
Well, you know the show First 48, where it's like if you don't fucking get on the trail of the killer in the first 48 hours, then your chance to getting him get harder and harder. Same thing with Kelly.
No. They don't get harder and harder, Tom. They statistically fall off a cliff.
Yes. Well, I don't want to say that's the same as Kelly because we're going to get this motherfucker, but it gets harder and harder.
Yes. Although, in this occasion, luckily, he isn't a killer.
No, exactly. It's not entirely the same. It's not like
a wave killer, maybe.
Yeah. Lady killer in the sexual sense.
Not like a Ted Bundy.
No. Fuck no. Should we be insuring our vocal cords just on that?
What do you reckon our vocal cords are being insured for?
Well, we could probably insure them for whatever the fuck we want, right?
But what would market rate be for these?
Didn't
VCs?
Beckham insure his legs?
I think I heard a whisper on the winds, Tom. And I like to hear my whispers. I heard that he insured his left foot.
Well, there you go. So, if he can do it, we can do it.
If he can insure his left foot, I can insure my VCs.
Well, you look into it. That's more of a you domain.
I'll talk to our insurance broker, see what you can do.
Thank you so much. You enjoy your holiday, mate.
Thanks, buddy. Good to talk.
Mwah.
Shout out to the pun and the dribbler. Big Day Rosé.
Big Day Rosé, 6 p.m. tonight. Get it.
HelloSport.shop. HelloSport.shop. HelloSport.shop.
6 p.m. Rosé.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Could you two just not talk anymore?